What is the best Lexus for amateur drifting? Lexus IS200 or
a 250?
Which 250.
Is correct, the 250.
No.
The IS200, a straight six engine, a manual box, and the kind of balance that made every back road feel like a racetrack.
Wow.
It was slow, but to some it felt special. Then came the IS250. More power, more comfort, more luxury. And with a V6 under the bonnet, smoother and quieter, but a little less raw.
In other words, Thomas is wrong again. Premium vessel, 200, manual from factory. IS200 wins the end. Can we settle something? From factory, which one can you go diffing in? Limited slip diff from factory? No? No? Manual from factory?
Yes. How much was that? You paid twice the price for a car. Here we have the IS250, which is clearly the premium machine. Here we have Big Ron Burgundy, my fine Japanese UK JDM VIP drift machine.
Let me write that down.
Fine Japanese UK JDM drift machine.
Mate, the IS200 is proper drift royalty. You can clutch kick it, redline it, and it just keeps going.
In first gear. It has one singular gear for diffing.
We'll sure look at marks, we couldn't fucking kill it.
If you drive one, you're definitely a
You do not need power to learn how to drift. You need control, balance, feel. This car is everything and it will teach you the fundamentals.
This fine premium drift machine has a V6 grunt. It's as comfy as your ma's tit. You can go to a track day and then your executive meetings the next day after that.
Obviously, the guys weren't going to agree, so they got their cars ready for a drift day.
Viva Mexico, sí señor!
Drift day! Do you like my bald spot, man? Yeah. I know Mark Easton's going to do something about it.
すみません。
We are here today at Drift Mountain, the finest slab in the land.
It is where all the amateur differs and drifters come and spend their Sundays and bring all the kids. No, that sounds really bad. Listen up, this is the best car for learning to drift in if you put it in first gear. This is the best car for learning to drift. Thomas, you'll come to terms with it someday that the IS250 is a complete inferior machine to this premium vessel. As you can see, effortless sliding, pulling the wand and just giving her a look at abuse.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Much smoother, sounds better, and you don't look like a pedo.
Takes it all day, every day. Balance, precision, and oh, try not to crash into walls.
Effortless days fun in your big V6 executive sliding machine.
I think Mark Easton will agree with me.
No.
IS200 is much better. Thomas is just bald, old, and he's a big hole.
Also, Simon had to go for a wee drive there so that his 200 could cool down and not the bed.
She's very warm. She's very, very warm. She's very, very warm. Move. Mark, do not put that in the video.
You can show up to a nice executive meeting, not looking like a tube, and then just land at the quarry the next day and act like a complete agent, mate. IS200. You just can't do that. No matter where you are, you look like a sex offender. This is as comfy as lying on Simon's mother's bosom. I don't think there's actually anywhere else you'd be happier, to be honest. While I've been sitting here, my balls have been getting cooled by my heated and cooled seats. And it's just a joyous occasion for all. We'll go back here and see if Simon's car's cooled down yet. Lovely. Oh! So Don't buy an overpriced IS200. Get an IS250 while they're still cheap, stick a diff in it, and live your best life. End of story.
Thomas the Wank Engine, let's sell this once and for all.
Having a
FaceTime Mark Easton to ask him which he prefers out of the 200 and 250. So Mark, me and Thomas have FaceTimed you on holidays to ask you
Marks and Magaluf.
the age-old question. Which is the better car for beginners for diffing? The IS200 or IS250?
Neither. If you want a good beginner's drift car, you want to buy an MX-5.
There's one here.
Goodbye, Mark.
Somewhere.
Have a great holiday.
Because those two idiots would not decide which is the better car for amateur drifting, I have got involved after my relaxing holiday. As an independent judge, I will decide which car is king of the Lexi. I have devised a series of tests in which to decide which Lexus is the best. Style, the speed test, sound, interior, driftability, cost effectiveness of the vehicle, modifications. First up, and arguably most importantly, style. Style, it's very subjective, and in my opinion, the 250 is the ugly duckling of the Lexus family. I'm going to walk around it quickly, come with me, and we'll talk about what bits are good and bad. On the front, the badge is good. Again, these are nice, but that's not factory. It's very plain, designed by a Japanese man with no taste. Come round. And if you get to the rear, there's not a lot that I can say great about this car other than the fact that it has twin exhaust pipes. Do you like that? And this is only my opinion. It's a very bland car. It needs jazzed up, and this is a jazzed up one. It's a bit like polishing a poo-poo. And then you have the IS200, my IS200. In my eyes, the IS200 is basically what you picture when somebody says 1990s JDM saloon car. The IS200 is just a better looking car. The proportions are less old manish. They're more like young Asian man in Shibuya eating some noodles. He designed that. Whereas the IS250 was designed by a man in Fukushima. And I don't know about you, but when somebody says the word Lexus, I think of these, the second most iconic circular taillights on a car in the JDM market, second only to the GTR. This is recognizable from 100 meters away at night, whereas the IS250 could be any old piece of shit. It could be a Mondeo. Back to me in the studio. Thanks, Mark. There's a clear winner in this one, and it is the IS200 is the clear winner on style. Next up, speed and fastness. So next up in our series of scientific tests is the fast test. How fast does this car go from 0 to 60 miles an hour?
The fast test.
Yeah. Throttle stuck.
No way.
Oh, it was stuck under the carpet. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, fucking traction control. 30. There's a car, we're gonna have to veer. 50. 60 as we overtake that car, so whatever that was. I think that was about 4 seconds, man. Okay, so here we are in the IS250 for round 2 of the speed fast test. Here we go, so in 3, 2, 1. Oh, there's no traction control on. I didn't know traction was turned off. And we're at 60 in second gear.
That is so much faster.
That is significantly faster. Don't. Okay, back to me in the unit. And the clear winner of the fastness test is the IS250. Here's a very big one. Sound. Next up we have sound. So we have the IS250, which has a 2.5 litre V6. So it sounds quite spicy. Then we have the IS200, which has a 2 litre straight 6. So let's see what they sound like. First of all, we'll jump in this shit box. Okay, so here we go. There we go, we got there eventually. You ready? I'm not key banging it, I'm selling it. Sounds like a Japanese man with a cold. So let's check out the 250 next. So first things first, another great feature is it's a touch button start. Unlike the IS200, which has a poverty spec key. So here we go. Wow, what a treat for everybody with ears. So now we need to do a flyby to get some sound in motion. And now it is time for the IS200 to be tested for its ability with sound and how it is. This one isn't so straightforward. Normally I would say a V6 trumps a straight 6 every day of the week, but because of the 6-branch manifold running on my IS200, there's a clear winner for me, and it is... Next up, interior and comfort. Let's talk about the 250 first. Come with me till we review this lovely, stylish JDM car interior. Well, first things first, it is significantly more comfortable than an IS200. It looks like it has been spec'd for an old Japanese man, not a young man in their 20s, but hey ho, that might be part of the reason people buy IS200s over 250s. But overall, we have leather, it's not quite as plasticky, and overall a much nicer place to be. Much more support on the anus. Time to go to the IS200, come with me. Right, next is the IS200, but a quick note, Simon's IS200 was so good that he had to f***ing sell it, so we're going to use mine. First things first, we have cloth. Straight away. It's not quite as supportive on the anus. Leather is older, it's very plasticky. Look at that, you hit that and the dash moves. Overall, it doesn't feel as well built. It's all battered and just not as nice a place to be. It's also not quite as spacious. There wouldn't be as much room for activities in here. Overall, it's a bit more teenage boy's bedroom, and the IS250 is a bit more Asian gentleman businessman spec. So it depends what you're into, old Asian men or young boys. Perforated cloth meal. Yeah, there's not a lot to say about this. It's actually really shit. One thing you can say about the Asian men is they make good, robust plastic. There's an obvious clear winner for the interior, and it is the 250. Next, we will test the driftability of each vessel. So here I am in Simon's drift car. And the most important thing, obviously, is how it handles. So as an independent judge, I've taken it to a drift day, and I'm going to assess how this handles and how it feels. I love a good drift day, and it's made even sweeter when it's not your own car, so you're not really that worried about damage and stuff. So let's just get a feel for it. Let me fix my nuts here, they're riding me. Right, so we'll chuck her in, let's see what we're working with here. And surprisingly, that actually has quite a bit of power, for more power than I would have thought for a little IS200. And that's all right, she's a bit dead in the corners. You know what, and it's pretty well balanced as I spin out. It's 100 horsepower too shy of being actually any use. It's just so underpowered that you really do have to use the weight of the car to throw it about. Handling wise, the car is actually all right. It is just severely underpowered. I can understand why people like it. It's cheap, it's affordable, they don't really break. Now we're in Tom's IS250. Straight away, sitting in it, it's a much nicer place to be. But that isn't the point of this test. Straight off the bat, it's faster. There's no two ways about that. Let's see how she handles. You're not as on the limit in this car, while it's still not that fast. It's a lot faster than an IS200. With the extra power, it's arguably a much easier thing to drift. based off purely off how it handles, wouldn't even be a question. Yeah, this is a much easier car to drift. I really like this. And the clear winner for the driftability goes to the IS250. Next up, cost of ownership. These two cars cost roughly the same to run, so we're going to base this off today's prices for these cars in the UK market. IS200s are trading for way above what they're worth in my opinion. I'm going to get hated for that. So the average price of an IS200 in the UK is about 5 grand at the minute, which is mental. But the IS250, the lesser loved big brother, is actually only going for an average of 3 grand. So on this occasion, we're going to have to say the IS250 wins for cost. The ease of modification. So the IS200 shares its chassis and body with the Toyota Altezza, a Japanese cult favourite. That means it's got a massive aftermarket scene backing it. You can find everything from TRD and Vertex body kits to full drift style wide bodies, all built to bolt straight on. There are hundreds of options online. Bumpers, lips, wings, diffusers, you name it. And it doesn't just stop with the looks. The IS200's 1G FE engine might not be the most powerful thing out of the box, but it is built tough. This means you can turbocharge it or supercharge it relatively reliably. Then there's suspension. Because of the Altezza link, you've got tons of coilover options, drift spec arms, camber kits and uprated bushings. The IS200 is basically a plug and play platform for tuning. Everything just fits. The 250 though, well, that's a different story. It might feel more modern, but most Altezza and IS200 parts just won't fit. And power mods, well, they're a nightmare, thanks to its direct injection V6 and lack of tuning support. So if you're planning a project car and you want to make it your own, the IS200 wins hands down. More parts, more power options, more personality. It's basically a blank canvas. And lastly, the IS200 wins the category of ease of modification. So a controversial decision has been made today. I am going to give the title to the IS250. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Please don't forget to subscribe for more of this high quality content. See you next time. Only on BBC.